comment on what y'all think I should do with this right here. See? Good magnet. Made in China. Fucking thing made in China. How about made in the United States? Let's see what we can do now. Just driving today. Nothing special. Just taking it nice and easy. I'm gonna keep the topic nice and open. Anyone who log on and watch can watch and chitter chatter and talk. I think I need a truck upgrade now soon. Getting tired of the same look. Getting tired of the same look. For real, that's nice and easy. Nice and easy. Man, nice and easy. Let the viewers, anyone watch can dictate how the chat go tonight. Sometimes you just gotta leave things a little bit open sometime. Hold on. I always have something to pick up, so let's see the freight market. 10 hours. I used to, I ain't do the long ones in a long time. I know it's 10 hours straight to Colorado. Yeah, heavy load.
Now you drive safe, okay?
Here's my baby. Stop drive too fast. Drive a little bit more.
Turn right. Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
Big trailer they man pick up.
Here we are. Safe and sound. Snug as a bug.
Happiness.
Okay, here we go.
Lennar. I don't know what's the Lennar though. I don't know what's Lennar. What's Lennar? Oh well, let's go straight. Go straight.
Okay, here we go. Make sure you put your seatbelt on now.
myself, brother. I hear myself talk. Tell him I was a try rush. Man, go and take it easy. I was go too fast, 80 miles, 100, 90 miles per hour, 80 miles per hour. Nice view. I like the rock formation. Nice. Let me view it. Hilltop view. Nice. Hilltop view. About 50. And if they have part of Road 56, I remember them having a part of Road 56. No, Road 66, the famous Road 66. The alien route. That's nice. That's really nice. See that view? Yeah. A nice little screenshot right there. Riskier. Like, but it really set up the backdrop and everything. It looked real good. Truck man, they are moving real slow. Salt Lake City. That's in Utah. on a truck stop. That's not my thing at all. I'm gonna follow game rules. It's the game. It's not real. It's a game. Road trip. A big load. Road trip with a big load. Denver. Is that Colorado? I think that's Denver, Colorado. Why am I having drop frames? They having drop frames at all. So, Mr. Train. Trains come. And I moved up. One of them passenger train there too. boat driving along. Damn, I drive so slow, you know. this hill right here. Somebody got pulled over. Almost to the top of the hill. Yeah, and I need to mount this and that. Then what's what though?
I keep left there.
Very nice. Keep lips. seeing these parts. Cool. Alright, boo. I actually pulled into that truck stop before. I remember that.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn left.
Hey. Go easy with that now, man. Weirdo. Hey. Hey. Easy now, man.
Keep left. And then turn left. Turn left. Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
Hey. Oh, that's a long mark. The Home Depot.
Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right. This is where it ends, sugar.
Hey. time I borrow from the bank. Long time. $300. Cancel 300 after all the 6. One big old map. One big old map, Texas. And then weirdo. Start talk some tech news. Talk a little bit. NVIDIA RTX 3090 Ti leaked. Pricing suggests a wallet damaging GPU. Could we see something in order of 30? Oh, this rise from Tech Radar. Anytime I read posts or news or just a little tech update, I always try to make sure that I mention the website. Give that website or the readers that credit for the hard work. Dude, stop. Thank you. I guess this graphics card right here gonna be very expensive. It said NVIDIA RTX 3090 Ti pricing has leaked from some European retailers, and it seems the new flagship graphics card could perhaps take a chunkier bite out of your wallet than you might expect compared to the vanilla RTX 3090. Although then again, you may well have prepared yourself for the worst anyway if you were mulling buying this new top-end Ampere offering. As video cards purported prices have been spilled at least two Swiss retailers and German outlet, or at least the site is in German, converted to pricing from Swiss to France or euros, giving a range of price tags from about $3,500, around 2,560 pounds, or Australian $4,860. Stop. To 4,500, around 3,290 pounds, or Australian $6,240. Admittedly, the two of the four prices mentioned, all of which are for MSI's GeForce RTX 3090 Ti Supreme X, except in one case where MSI Gaming Extreme model are the lower end of the scale, but clearly these are going to be costly cards if these retailers are correct. So yeah, them cards gonna be expensive. Naturally, we must be very cautious around any pre-release pricing, because often these tags can be mere placeholders, or to put it in other way, guesswork, really. Certainly in the past, such leaks figures have turned out to be wrong. But that said, even if errant, they still can be a useful ballpark figure. So, well, that's the thing about it. Well, that's the thing about it. It's ridiculous how these cards are so expensive, regardless of what anyone might think. These are awfully expensive. And the thing about it, what I really believe though, is that retailers, the manufacturers and the retailers, all the middlemen in between are just soaking that up. Especially the people who are buying it, marking it up. Taking total advantage of the public. And the people are so desperate, they're willing to pay all that stuff anyway. You know, it's just really crazy how they are willing to do that, though. It's really crazy how they're willing to do that, how they, you know what I'm saying, how they are actually doing that and getting away with it. And the thing about it, what I've learned in a long time is that nothing is value. Everything that has value to it is how much people willing to pay for it. So scalpers, pretty much, they're gonna take advantage of those cards as well. And the tech world already know that those cards are just directly for mining, and Nvidia as a company definitely is taking advantage of the entire situation. And it's a company that was built upon people buying graphics card for gaming and productivity. But certainly, you know, the whole use case of these devices, these cards, have changed pretty much. And I mean, Nvidia is a company They gonna want to make that profit pretty much, and they gotta keep the investors happy. I mean, you can't really blame a company for keeping its investors happy, but it is what it is, though. At the end of the day, gamers just got left for the last 2 years. They just got blown out and left behind for the last 2 years, and that's just what it is. And the thing about it, when if mining crash, if mining crash, then gamers are gonna be the one that these companies have to depend on to stay afloat. What I think with Nvidia stocks, I think it's just gonna rise. You see, the thing about it is that they build all these cards. If mining ever crash, the market will be flooded. The market won't be flooded real good. They're trying to keep tab on it to prevent a market flood. That's why they're making so much of the card, keep it in limited quantity, therefore keeping the cards high. That's what they're doing, keeping a limited. I think that's also part of the factor if you really move beyond the global shortages in which that's taking place. I think that they're keeping supplies, like they're directly, intentionally keeping the supplies at a certain amount. That way, should in case mining fail, because mining is so volatile at the moment, and one day a particular coin that is being mined can be a high value, say $100 today, and tomorrow that same coin dropped to $45. So they monitor stuff like that, and I understand they're trying to be good guy, bad guy at the same time, which is incredibly difficult though. It's really, really difficult. So 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 uh, so that's why they limit the amount that way, should in case mining fail and they have to go back now and start to depend on gamers and people who actually use the cards for productivity and stuff like that, graphical usage and all that stuff. And they go back, they can always say this, that, just to make themselves not looking too bad. I mean, that's my take pretty much on why these cards are so hard to get. It's just a long list of factors. When you look at it from a number of point of view, you start to understand why they do, how they do, what they do. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But and gamers just pretty much got it stick to the shitty end of the stick. That stick to them. Comment, guys. If you like.
Don't be selfish. Hit the subscribe button now to TLR.
Yep. Price is still gonna suck. Price is still gonna suck. Pretty much. And I mean, these crazy really. The RTX 3080 12 gig version. That's just for miners. 3060 12 gig version, again, straight up miners. That's all it, because the idea of the LHR cards just for miners that they build is just it's just a sham. It's just to try play good cop, bad cop, pretty much. Playing both ends of the whole situation. That's what I think they do. Ever since 2020. I mean, these cards came out at a wonderful price. A lot of things came out back in 2020. PlayStation 5 and all that. These games are just ridiculously these game consoles are just ridiculously, you know what I'm saying, ridiculously hard to get still. But personally though, something will break, I believe, to try and make supply a little bit better. Hopefully, we ain't gotta wait forever. But the problem that I have though, we still don't know a lot of what's going on. Pretty much, still don't have an idea what's really going on, and that's what make it sucks. We don't have an idea what's going on. Now let me see if I have any. So Alder Lake systems can play UHD Blue. Oh man, Intel and the whole shenanigans that it does. So we aren't shocked by this at all, as it's always the case with Rocket League. Intel's 12th generation Alder Lake processors have already gained plenty of plaudits, sitting comfortably on our list of best CPUs, and it is. Unfortunately, however, Intel give it and it take it away. While some public has shed tears about the disabled AVX 512 extension, perhaps a more significant segment of PC users will be perturbed by the deprecation of Intel Software Guard extension SGX. The biggest problem with disabled SGX is reported by Haste-D is that the rigorous DRM specified by the Blu-ray Disc Association checks SGX and uses it to prevent the video streams on disk from being purloined. Of course, this presents a big problem to those who want to upgrade, for example, from an older home theater PC to one packing of the newer Intel processors. Ultra HD Blu-rays with 4K resolution requires PC with a CPU featuring SGX as a part of the chain of trust, in addition to high bandwidth digital content protection. What am I reading right here? HDCP 2.2 from HDMI 2.0 and Advanced Access Content Systems AACS 2.0 copy protection. SGX has a checkered history. Before we go on, it is worth mentioning that everyday PC users who don't have a UHD Blu-ray drive or an interest in playing such media, SGX has a checkered history, and its demise is probably a blessing. Unfortunately, however, in recent years or months, ironically, many malware attacks have used flaws in SGX implementation as vectors to hack PC system with processors featuring this security extension. To read more about those unfortunate SGX related shenanigans, check out on our reports about the likes of Plundervolt, LVI, SmashX, Cashout, and Foreshadow. SGX was depreciated and originally on 11th gen. Keen PC watchers will be aware that PCs with 11th generation Rocket League core processors face the same problem with SGX depreciated. However, it would been an easy to miss report concerning SGX depreciation on Rocket League if you weren't looking to upgrade at the time, so we think it's worth highlighting that this feature is missing once again. Those using HTPCs for UHD Blu-rays should stick to Intel 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th gen core processors for now. With the leaky and vulnerable nature of SGX outline above, it doesn't look like it's likely to come back. So you might be wondering what UHD Blu-ray enthusiasts will be able to do when their older compatible PC starts to bite the dust. Intel 7, 8, 9, and 10 gen core processors work with UHD Blu-rays and Windows 10, so you should check specifically carefully as the problems which prevented 6th gen core processors from running with SGX enabled continue to cause teething troubles with the 7th gen core processors and motherboards. There isn't just yet unmeasurable amount of software problem for modern Intel Rocket League or Alder Lake PC trying to play UHD Blu-rays. Well, I guess in my SGX, if it has a lot of vulnerabilities in it, then it needs to be removed. I'm not really an enthusiast that play Blu-ray players with HTC PCs and stuff like that, but with such a checkered past, with such a bad past, then I believe that they need to remove the feature entirely, remove the entire instruction set from the processors if they continue to be a plague upon the security feature. The thing about it is that Microsoft and Intel work real closely together to try and squeeze out all security issues. And if a plugin extension instruction set, whatever it is, a kernel, they're gonna get rid of it and rewrite or start something new. Either they try to fix it or they're gonna start something new. Pretty much that's how they gonna do it. Hold on a sec, guys. Yep, pretty much. I mean, anything that creates an issue or a problem for the long run. Needs to be eliminated. I mean, that way it's safer for everyone. But the thing about it, when you have an infrastructure that's set up around a particular instruction set on processes, you know, various microchips and stuff like that, when it's hosted, then generally you're gonna have a shift, a problem in the transformation from one instruction set or software to another. You're gonna have changes. You're gonna have software, you know, various inconveniences pretty much. But stuff like that I haven't used a Intel bill in a long time. I haven't owned an Intel system in a long time. So even though I started out with Intel pretty much. Still have them at heart though. American Truck Simulator devs is coming from PC Games in.com. So the American Truck Simulator devs provide 18 screenshots of upcoming industrial buildings. It's I love looking at American Truck Simulator screenshots because it means looking at and observe the detailed recreation of the most mundane facets of American life. Today, the devs are bringing us an extensive look at the industries of upcoming Montana DLC, including 8 bespoke screenshots of industrial buildings. This is legitimately very exciting coming. So, Montana coming next. I was wondering what was coming next though. Montana. Wonder when they're gonna be reveal Texas. Texas will be a big one. I'm just curious when they're gonna have Texas though. That's gonna make news. Samsung needs to stop pushing its own software and just give Galaxy users what they want. I don't think Samsung gonna stop doing that at all. It's from AndroidPolice.com. And more often than not, what they want is Google solution. It's widely held belief that competition fuels innovation, which is true. When we've got multiple companies all trying to win our business, they got to find their own ways to stand out from the crowd, and that can drive development of exciting new technologies. At least that's the idea, but is there ever a point where we just need to call it, where we've had enough friendly competition already, and wouldn't it be better for everyone involved if we could just agree on winner? That's pretty much where I'm at with Samsung right now, and I'd love nothing more than for the company to stop wasting time and effort trying to replicate Google's superior software and services. Do I agree with that? I do agree with that. I do agree. But the thing about it, I think Samsung not gonna stop because it drives a portion of their daily revenue. good. Mm-hmm. I don't think they will ever stop doing that though. And Samsung software, a large portion of it sucks. Sometimes just don't work. I've been using their product for a number of years now. I've been using Samsung product for almost 10 years now. The product good, but the software do suck at times. Suck. One of the best moves that I've ever seen they've done was when they removed with the watch when they drop ties and move over to Wear OS. I think that was one of their best moves. And they did implement their own UI. When it comes to UI, Samsung is really good. Nice, lovely looking UIs on their phones, tablets, and stuff like that. Watches and all that. But it's the core feature softwares that do suck. Like Samsung Pay, suck sometimes. Samsung just don't have the development team. I think they should do. I think they should. What I think Samsung should do. I think they should keep their software in Korea for the Koreans to use, and then leave Google for the American market and the European market. That's what I would do. Or at least try to scale back some of the software. Some good ass chicken right here. Good ass chicken. The Samsung is in an unfortunate position where even as a dominant hardware, forces ultimately at the mercy of Google software, and it's has clearly left Samsung feeling a little inadequate. For years now, it has been trying to make Tizen happen like it's Fetch, so it can have control over its software and devices run. But that's been a losing battle. No one wanted Tizen on phones, and Samsung finally moving away from the platform for its watches too. See? But even as Samsung gets comfortable accepting that it's never going to shake Google, the company can't help but to try to insert its influence into every last corner of the software experience, as if we are constantly at risk of forgetting we are using a Samsung product. No, don't get me wrong, because some of this is very successful, and efforts like the good look suite reflect the best of what the company has to offer. Unfortunately, Samsung just doesn't know when to leave well enough alone, and that's how we end up stuck with things like Bixby and Samsung keyboard. Yep, that is so true. It's a let's jump back a few years. Series was making waves on iOS, and everybody else wanted to replicate that magic. Google developed its assistant. Amazon had Alexa. Samsung's voice evolved into Bixby. All of these eventually became full-featured virtual assistants, each with powerful language processing algorithm, and all share similar aspects of their feature sets. While they are very impressive accomplishments in their own right, we just don't need them all. That's true. Maybe the biggest failure of Bixby isn't that it's less polished than Assistant or less capable of helping us, but that Samsung made it so aggressively present. It's constantly trying to insert itself into your life when you are using Samsung device. Like it just can't take no for an answer. It feels almost obvious at this point that the company must realize we all prefer Assistant, and steadfast nature in which Samsung keeps pushing Bixby upon us comes across this like self-promotion and more like self-delusion with each subsequent generation of devices. Yes, I think it's time that Bixby do so though. Assistant made more sense because the thing about it with assistants is well polished within the Google and the Google Android software is really polished well. So most people will opt to use it, and it's just far better at giving you results and certain things. Far better, more accurate and stuff like that. Far more accurate than Bixby. Bixby sub. I've hardly ever used it. One time I tried to use it and it was like, yeah. I heard that iPhone got a hidden trackpad. Learn how it works. This is from CNET. It says a secret feature on the iPhone and iPad takes frustration out of placing your cursor on the screen, unleashing its full potential of your iPhone and iPad requires a deep dive into many features. iOS 15. Some features are stashed away in your settings, making them harder to find. Others times are hidden in plain view, like the secret trackpad in your keyboard. Usually when you're writing a long text or an email, you use your finger to move a cursor, go back to the area of text you want to delete, rewrite, or edit. Magnifying bubbles appear underneath your fingertip anytime you do this, enlarging the text so that it's easier to navigate. However, if you find it difficult to move your cursor precisely with your finger, iOS offers another option. And this guide will show you how to access the trackpad that's hidden on your keyboard, which makes it so much easier to move your cursor and makes edits to your text on your iPhone or iPad. Well, you'd have to go on CNET to watch that. Not really the iPhone guy. I like their products though. how quantum dot OLED will change the ways TV look. Right? Every year at CSV see innovative TVs. Some are gimmicky 3D TVs and rollable screens. Anyone? But some are flat out stunning. This year all about the new display technology called quantum dot OLED or QD OLED. And it's definitely different from your standard OLED flat screen. Every time they always come with some new TV technology. Oh man, I don't even bother pay some of them no mind, because they come for a little bit, they're gone.